White people, I have a question. Why do some of your women only date black guys, but then you have others who date, white and black guys? They go both ways. They're bisexual. And then you have other women who only date white guys. I've been doing a lot of research and I can't find out the signs. And the crazy thing is with black women or mixed black and white women, it's very easy to see the signs. Black or white women or black women, right? They were either adopted by white people. If they were biracial, they were only raised by like the white side of their family. They just had a lot of white friends growing up and they kind of just like assimilated. But with white people, it's not that simple. I'm gonna give you the perfect example. I know a girl, white girl. She Both parents in the household, right? Both her parents are white. She grew up with white friends. Her best friend that she's known the longest is white. The other one is also white. But check this out. Are you ready for this? She said that she was in middle school. She was watching Camp Rock 2, and the black guy, the one of the lead actors or whatever. She said she saw him for the first time. Didn't know what it was about him, but she loved it. And then from then on there, she was just chasing men that looked like him. And then as she got older, she realized that she just likes melanin. Now I have a theory. White people, you can fact check me on this. I think it's genetic. I think if you see homegirl, she's into black guys, there's a 99.99% chance her mom was also into black guys. Now, I'm not saying white guys aren't like this. I'm just saying it's a lot less common. If I see a white guy who's strictly into black women, I'm going to assume he went to a HBCU.
It could be as simple as the fact that, you know, they have a fetish. And I'm saying this by someone who has been with white men herself, okay? Could be the fact that they have a fetish. Why can that not be a possibility? Why are you ruling that one as a non-possibility? They have a fetish. That's it. Okay? Because I don't see any of it ruling into anything else. I do not see it developing rather. I don't think we should say manufacturing when it comes to humans, but we can say that I don't see it developing into a state where it works, because hardly than not it doesn't work. Let me put it like this for you, right? Why is it most of these interracial kids find themselves in the most state of confusion often than not? Why is that? Why is it that it's very difficult for them, some of them, to become misunderstood and feeling like they don't fit us way, they don't fit anyway, and they end up creating their own community? Why is that? Things could have been easy if they made things to be less complicated. But how do you talk racism with your child as a white person when you come from that superior state of mind? How do you talk about it? How do you talk that my people did this to your mom's people? Often than not, these type of people are not willing to have such conversations, are they? Absolutely not. They're not willing to. It's a pride thing. And for me, I find it very difficult to believe that they actually love their partners. Sorry. It's just, some of them I also think that they have guilt they don't know how to deal with. Okay? Some of them is just pure lust. And unfortunately, a baby was created. Right? And some of them I just feel like it could be love. But that's the last one. That's like tiny bit. Like tiny bit. Tiny bit. Love. It does not apply to all of them. Because given that if they were appreciated, we find that if they're not accepted in their community, they turn to black people where they are glorified, loved. And I don't think they like it. They wish that these black people were white people that adore them and glorify them. I think nowadays it's even much easier because you get to make money by black people liking you. And you get to make money by being in relationships with black people. This is why they start so many interracial YouTube channels and all of this stuff. Barely 5 years together. And I say 5 years because you need to know each other and develop each other and become comfortable. They're just like one at this point that I actually like. Even though they are Christians, but I'm not Christian, so I don't watch them a lot. They talk too much about this Jesus crap. So yeah. As for black men, they settle for anything white. They don't have any standards. I feel like their standard is whiteness, and this the only thing they're trying to reach. They're trying to realize that anything they create with white women won't be regarded as anything else than black kids, and it's really ridiculous to even identify them as black kids, because what that does is really harmful to actual people who are actually black. And I guess this is why, even if I had to be with a white man, kids are not a factor. I'm not willing to deal with that kind of complications already in my life. No.
White people, I have a question. Why do some of your women only date black guys?
So I have many reasons on why I only date black guys, and here's just a few. As a little kid, I was so chunky. I was so fat and constantly bullied for being overweight. And in the grand scheme of things, I really wasn't like that big, but like all the little white boys used to call me fat and ugly, and like they tore me apart. The one kid that like really treated me like he had a crush on me was a little black boy. His name was Alex. I'll never forget him. He was like the sweetest, coolest kid ever. So then I just like felt comfortable around it, black kids because of him specifically. And then as an adult, as I've lost weight and gotten shape, I've always had thicker thighs and like kind of a booty when I do squats and stuff. So black guys are the only ones that hit on me too. Like white guys want absolutely nothing to do with me. It's the weirdest thing. But then going back to like my younger years too, 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying came out, and I was obsessed. From that point on, I was like, okay, not only is he fine, but I love this entire album. Rap and hip hop is like so legit, and like that's all I listen to this day. So I know music has played a big role in that. But I can 100% say that it is not in genetics. I am the very first person in my entire family, even my extended family, to even date, let alone marry a black man. So it's definitely not that. I don't know. I wouldn't have it any other way. You guys are dope. Love it. Love the culture. Love the personality. I'm obsessed forever.
White people, I have a question. Why do some of your women only date black guys?
So I have many reasons on why I only date black guys, and here's just a few. As a little kid, I was so chunky. I was so fat and constantly bullied for being overweight. And in the grand scheme of things, I really wasn't like that big, but like all the little white boys used to call me fat and ugly, and like they tore me apart. The one kid that like really treated me like he had a crush on me was a little black boy. His name was Alex.
Y'all remember that video I made a while back? And I told y'all why them white girls, and I told y'all how black men's standards are very low, or black men tend to be easygoing, and our standards are pretty bottom tier. We pretty much go for whatever, and we need to raise our standards. And how these black women think that these white men just want them so bad. And how black men tend to get the white women that the, male equivalent white male to the black male society doesn't want. She just proved my fucking point. So if the white guys that she wanted would have wanted her growing up, she wouldn't be talking to black dudes.
Exactly my point.
So for all the black chicks who think black men's standards are just through the fucking roof, and I was like, no, they're pretty low. My point is proven. It's mighty funny how this pops up around draft time, but that's gonna be another video. And the wild part is, Shawty she was just bad built and chunky. Cause she talking about she had thick thighs and hips. I'm looking at her page. Ain't nothing there. I was saying, eventually, y'all gonna get past getting offended by what the shit I say and actually listen. Just one day somebody go give me some credit on this goddamn app before we get cut off and banned. So for all those black chicks who think they about to, I'm just gonna date white. I'm just gonna date outside my white. I'm gonna go get me a white man. You better lay off the motherfucking Popeyes. Better put that pizza puff down before you trying to go cross over to the pink meat Peter Weedy.